MMA boxing talk here. I just wanted to talk about Deontay Wilder um, and his next opponent. He's going to be fighting in February of next year against another another scrub, another bum. Um, really disappointed in Deontay Wilder. We all know the Povetkin thing's pretty well done now. Povetkin got busted again. Um, so that's kind of out of the picture. And of course, Deontay Wilder doesn't want to actually have or actually fight a legitimate opponent. No, he's not interested in that. No, he's just interested in defending his title easily against a guy everyone knows he can beat. And he's just going to go in there and basically give a lesser opponent a beatdown once again. Now, I'm really starting to get disgusted with Deontay Wilder. He's got no fucking shame at all. The guy won his title in the beginning of 2015. By the time he fights his next fight, it'll have made 2 years since he won the title, not defending it against any legit opponent. Not one top 10 guy, not one, like I said, legitimate opponent. And it's funny because the only guy on his resume that he hasn't stopped is Bermain Stavern, and he's the only legit opponent on his fucking resume. So the only real legit guy that was worthy of fighting Wilder couldn't even stop that guy. Of course, he can stop everyone else who is a lesser opponent who's not worthy of being in the ring with Deontay Wilder. So his first title defense was against Eric Molina. Eric Molina had been KO'd by Chris Arreola a couple years before that. No real big solid wins on his resume. Any legit opponent Molina had ever fought, he lost to. Then he fought Johann Duhaupas, which, he gave Wilder enough trouble, to be quite honest. Wilder's eye was all swollen up. So it was all swollen, and Wilder could barely see out of his one eye, just getting tagged. This is another guy who really doesn't have any good wins on his resume, Johann Duhaupas. Then he fought Arthur Szpilka, who had been KO'd by Bryant Jennings before in 2014. Once again, no real solid wins on his resume. I mean, another guy that Wilder shouldn't have been in there with. And then recently, he just fought Chris Arreola, who we all know is not worthy of fighting Wilder. And now he's doing it again against someone that we don't even fucking know. We've never even heard of. This guy he's fighting, Andre Wakic, or whatever his name is. This guy got KO'd by Alexander Povetkin in the third round, and he was basically a showcase fight for Povetkin. And I guess Wilder wants another showcase fight. I'm so disgusted. Deep down, I am a Wilder fan. I'm not going to tell anyone because it's fucking embarrassing. But I do want to see Wilder, reach his full potential and actually challenge himself and fight worthy opponents, top 10 guys consistently. And eventually, I want to see him fight Anthony Joshua. I want to see him fight Luis Ortiz, Joseph Parker even. But it doesn't look like this is going to fucking happen. WBC, man, it's ridiculous. They're just allowing him to take voluntary after voluntary after voluntary. When's he going to fight a mandatory? I know the whole Povetkin thing was bullshit, whatever. I mean, there was a lot of crap that went in with that. But go out and find another worthy opponent. Wilder's always talking about unifying, becoming a legend, all this stuff. I want to be like Ali, blah, 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 blah. Well, why didn't you go fucking fight Parker? You could have unified with Parker, had 2 of the 4 belts if you beat Parker. The fans, I would not have made a video like this if Wilder was fighting Parker, an actual legit opponent. I'm sorry, this is a rant, but it has to be said. I'm sick, so sick of this. Just when, the time when everyone going into 2017 is looking like the best are starting to fight the best. Sure as heck a lot more than before. And Wilder's still on his same old tune. fighting unworthy opponents that nobody wants to see these fights. You know, nobody wanted to see Wilder and Molina. No one wanted to see Wilder and Chris Arreola, or Wilder and Spielka, Wilder and Duhaupas, now Wilder and Wachik. No one wants to see those fights. People want to see him fight top 10 guys. That's it for this one. I'm done with this rant, but it had to be said. It had to be put out there. Absolutely ridiculous. Losing, I don't really have much more respect for Deontay Wilder, to be quite honest, until he fights someone legit. He's just a fucking bully, as Nordic Warrior put it. Shout out to him and his channel. But that's it for this one. If you liked the video, subscribe. Check me out on Twitter at MMA Boxing Talk 1. Peace.